The film is based on a 2018 novel of the same name by Delia Owens. And critically speaking, you don't need to read the book to enjoy this film because I didn't read the book and I never really knew her.
But they never really knew me. Like most stories, the facts don't weigh into it.
Oh, let's go. British actress Daisy Edgar-Jones takes the lead, playing this girl who grew up by herself in the marsh of North Carolina. When a popular young man, though, is found dead in those marshes, she is blamed for the murder and she has to stand trial. Now, the movie's told in flashbacks from jail or from the trial, and there are no real big names in this movie, but solid acting from David Strathairn, which is a familiar face, Garrett Dillahunt, and Taylor John Smith. Director Olivia Newman really captures the beauty of the marsh here with the symbolic nature of the lead character. The trailer might make you think this is a love story, but this is a murder mystery wrapped in a love story. I like the way this film played out, Adam Graham. I enjoyed this movie. I give it a B. It kept me engaged. I was rooting for the protagonist. Where the Crawdads Sing gets a thumbs up from me. Obviously, it's in theaters only right now. I don't know, I was along for the ride with this girl who had to fend for herself in the marshes of North Carolina. Where are you at on this one, Adam Graham?
Lee, what do I always say about movies with courtroom scenes?
The verdict is?
And the verdict is a big thumbs down.
A big thumbs down.
A lot of the reason is those courtroom scenes
Really?
which play out like every courtroom scene we've ever seen in a movie really stayed scenes of objection sustained, and then the people in the back of the audience going whispering among themselves. I don't think that any of the courtroom scenes work, but more to the point, I don't think that Daisy Edgar-Jones works.
What? You didn't think she worked?
Not as the marsh girl, this girl that has been derided in town and is the object of scorn and ridicule amongst all the townspeople. You would think that it would be like a Sasquatch coming out of those woods, not somebody who looks like they just stepped out of the pages of Vogue magazine. I never believed her as a scrappy person who grew up by herself, had to fend for herself, digging muscles.
She had the innocence and purity of someone kept away from the ills of civilization, man.
She looks like the head cheerleader at the high school.
It's a movie.
I
They all
know,
look
but you
good.
have to believe the character, and I didn't believe the setup of this character at all. On top of that, I thought the romance was dull. I thought the murder mystery didn't work, and it kind of all hangs on this gotcha at the end, which, oh my gosh, does it not work at all because of everything that it undoes and everything that it tells us but does not show us, which is like the key rule of storytelling thwarted here.
Did you like anything about this one?
No, I really didn't. I had a pretty forceful reaction coming out of this. My wife and I were arguing about it the whole time, but we were on the same time. I think we were trying to find out which one of us thought it was worse.
She didn't like it either?
And she read the book. I just don't think it worked, and that she let her be our guide through this as someone who read it. It doesn't work. I was really disappointed in this one because I thought that this would be some nice counter programming in the summertime.
Right.
Didn't work. Big thumbs down. And those courtroom scenes, Lee,
Man,
it just didn't work.
I disagree, but hey, much respect, because I walked out of this one and asked a lady, what'd you think? Because I wasn't sure, you know?
Yeah.
She gave it an A. I gave it a B.
What do I know?
That's what I say. What do I know? What do I know? But hey, man, much respect
Yes, sir.
on all levels. Let's go to the next movie, see if we can agree. This is called Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. It's about a cleaning woman that saves up enough money to buy an expensive Christian Dior dress. But critically speaking, the odds and this lady are against her.
Will you wear it to polished floors, or will you keep it shut in your little wardrobe? A Dior dress is designed to astonish and delight. How will you do that, Mrs. Harris?
Yeah, that's Isabelle Huppert. She's a famous French actress. The thick accent, you could tell. She's in charge of the house of Christian Dior in this film and has pointed words for Mrs. Harris, played by Leslie Manville, in this endearing movie about loss, community, and a woman that has a simple dream. Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris is loosely based on a post-war novel from 1958, and this story is poignant anytime. After waiting for her husband to return from war, which he does not, a cleaning lady decides to have one beautiful dress in her lifetime. It's a simple dream, but it's actually magical for the storyline. The performances, including Jason Isaac along with Manville and the rest of the cast, are spot on as they draw in the audience to this story. Director Anthony Fabian also finds the right tempo and pacing, allowing the story to just unfold in a really honest way. Now, the stars seem to align with some realistic story threads that will leave you with this magical feeling as you walk out of the theater. The runtime, 155 on this one. Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. Another thumbs up from me. I just thought this was a well-told story, well acted all the way through, and everything leads to not the ending you might suspect, but a nice ending nonetheless.
I agree.
Are you up or down on this one? I'm a little nervous here.
I'm thumbs up on
My
this
man,
one.
there we go.
This is a nicely told kind of earthbound fairy tale with some very attainable goals and kind of a kind of fairy tale almost telling of how Leslie Manville's character eventually gets that Christian Dior denim flow going. So she is kind of like, she's almost like a Mary Poppins character.
Yes.
The way that she just kind of like sprinkles fairy dust on everybody around her. And once she gets to Paris and tries to buy this really expensive dress, from that point on, it kind of becomes the shopping scene from Pretty Woman. Big mistake. Big. Huge.
Mistake.
It kind of becomes that point from that with the snobby people at the Dior house and her kind of bringing everybody around with her salt of the earth ways.
Yes.
It's really simply told, and it just kind of works on a very pure level. There's not too much going on. This isn't a movie about our times. It's just a really nice story. Leslie Manville, who is an English treasure.
Yes, she is.
She really puts on a good performance here. And Isabelle Huppert is also very effective in the kind of villain role that you know is going to come around in some way by the end of the movie. Nice stuff, and it's like a really nice ad for Christian Dior as well.
Yeah, and this one is in theaters only for now, but catch it in theaters. Catch
Worth
it when it's
seeing.
streaming wherever. It's well worth the time. Good job, my man.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate that.
That's what's up.
All right.